That's the opening theme of Disney films. Disney movies are the quintessential example of a picture-perfect movie, a movie with a beginning and an end that ties neatly into a bow. Disney movies especially teach us growing up certain ideas about the world. The idea that the good guy always wins, that stepmoms are always evil, and that long hair is the thing that makes girls innocent and beautiful.
So, you're being strangely cryptic as you wrap your magic hair around my injured hand?
Sorry.
In other words, they lie to us. As you grow up, you start to realize that life isn't as beautifully uncomplicated as a Disney movie, and that the right guy will not come knocking at your door, that maybe stepmoms don't want to ruin your life, and that long hair is actually very hard to maintain. Movies feeding us lies isn't something that begins or ends with Disney movies. Into adulthood, movies we watch continue to lie to us about nearly every aspect of our lives, from what it means to love, to friendship, to the ability of most people to jump a fence. Movies make that look way too easy. This begs the question, why do movies lie to us? Why do they feed us the specific lies they do? There's certainly more than one answer to this question, but today I'll post 3 theories about why movies lie to us.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Movies lie to us to allow us to live vicariously through their stories. They help us fill a void that we can't or won't fill in our own lives. I love watching the movie La La Land because I love the idea of Los Angeles that they portray in the movie.
Some other girl and guy would love this swirling sky.
I wish I could go to LA and live in this sunny, aspirational place. But in reality, on a college student's budget, I don't have the means to go to LA, so I can live through the movie and its characters right from my couch with a bowl of chips in front of me. On the other hand, think about a movie like The Hangover.
Boys and their bachelor parties, it's gross.
It is gross.
Even though the movie is about an absolute mess of a night, it also allows us in our boring day-to-day lives to live vicariously through it. When life is just a 9-to-5 with little variation, a crazy movie like The Hangover allows us to feel like we were spacing up our lives just a little bit through the crazy characters in the movie. Movies give us the opportunity to live vicariously through others because plainly, it keeps us watching. At the end of a long day, would you really want to watch a long movie about someone else's 9-to-5? Now, on to number 2. Movies lie to us to promote the one more thing mindset. Let's start here with another of my guilty pleasure movies, something called Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Because you know that thing when you see someone cute and he smiles, and your heart kind of goes like warm butter sliding down hot toast? Well, that's what it's like when I see a store.
This movie, predictably, follows our lovable shopaholic heroine who is in deep credit card debt from always spending. Of course, the movie ends with a guy who teaches her that love is more important than spending, and she forgoes her spending habits. Though on the surface, this movie, like others, is teaching us that happiness can't be found in material things, I think this movie is still promoting the one more thing mindset. The mindset that just one more thing will make us happy. A better job, a perfect guy, a perfect apartment. In this movie's case, of course, the one more thing is a perfect guy. Movies feed us this lie about happiness in order to keep us buying, to keep us watching, to keep us feeling unsatisfied. If we think that the guy is the piece that is missing in our lives, we download dating apps. And we also keep watching, because just one more movie will make us happy. Finally, on to number 3. Movies lie to us to promote stories that are easier for us to digest. One of my favorite movies is the movie Brooklyn, a romantic period drama film. The movie follows Eilish, an Irish girl who travels to Brooklyn in the 1950s in search of employment. Eilish gets a job at a department store, but more importantly, she ends up meeting and falling in love with a handsome Italian boy at a dance hall.
I'm not Irish.
You don't sound Irish.
Eilish briefly travels home to Ireland, where she ends up at a crossroads when she meets a nice Irish boy, Jim Farrell, in her small town. However, Eilish ends up choosing Tony in her life back home in America. This movie, of course, is telling us the story of the American dream. The story that if you immigrate to America, you'll find those better opportunities that you were looking for. You'll meet the partner you've been looking for and start your white picket fence life, as long as you just leave behind the past. As Americans, this lie of upward mobility in America and of easy to find and uncomplicated love, is a story that we have internalized throughout our lives. From history classes to commercials, the American dream is pervasive. If Eilish instead chose Jim and her life back home in Ireland, that would call into question everything we know to be true about America, force us to question if living in America is inherently better than living anywhere else. It would force us to question if it's a good thing to pack up your bags and leave your family in hopes of finding job opportunities. Movies lie to us because it's easier for us to not question what we already know to be true. We want a story that fits into our already constructed narrative about the world that is easy for us to digest. These are just some of the reasons that movies lie to us. It ultimately comes down to the fact that lies are often what keep us watching, and therefore what keeps the movie industry going and making vast amounts of money.